So, you've probably heard these words thrown around all the time, especially in cybersecurity. Vulnerability, threat, and risk. They kind of sound like they mean the same thing, right? But they absolutely don't. And honestly, understanding the difference is the first, most crucial step to being safer online. We're going to break it all down, and we'll use a simple mistake that I'm willing to bet you've made at least once.
Oh, yeah, we've all been there. You're halfway down the street, maybe on your way to work, and then that little jolt of panic. That uh-oh moment where you think, wait, did I lock the door? That simple, everyday feeling? Well, believe it or not, that is the perfect key to understanding pretty much how all of cybersecurity works. Because in that one tiny oversight, just an unlocked door, you've got the three core ideas that decide how safe you are, not just in your house, but online too, every single day. All right, so let's stick with our unlocked door for a minute. We're going to use it to define these big concepts. And I promise, once you see it this way, you are never going to get them mixed up again. Okay, check this out. It's actually super simple. The vulnerability, that's just the weak spot. In our case, the unlocked door. The threat, that's the potential danger out there, like a burglar who happens to be walking down your street. And the risk? Well, that's the combo platter. It's the chance that the burglar actually finds your unlocked door, plus the impact of what they might steal if they get inside. So let's really lock these definitions in. First up, vulnerability. Just think weak spot, an opening. It's the unlocked door, plain and simple. Next, we've got the threat. This is the who or what that could take advantage of that weak spot. It's the burglar wandering the neighborhood checking doorknobs. And that brings us to risk. This is the big one, the bottom line. It's the consequence. It's what actually happens if that threat successfully exploits that vulnerability. Okay, I think we have the physical analogy down cold. Now, let's just swap out that burglar for a hacker and see how this plays out in your digital life right now. And you know what? The parallel is pretty much one-to-one. In the digital world, your unlocked door is that software you keep forgetting to update. You know, the one with the annoying pop-up? That's your vulnerability. And the burglar? Well, that's the hacker out there, automatically scanning the internet for that exact weak spot. Let's get even more specific with a real-world tech example. The vulnerability could be a web server that's running an old, outdated version of some software. The threat is a group of attackers who have an exploit, a piece of code specifically designed to break that old software. And the risk? We're talking a massive data breach, financial loss, the whole shebang. You see how one small thing can lead to a huge disaster? So you might be wondering, how do security pros actually figure this stuff out? Is it just a gut feeling? Not at all. There's actually a surprisingly simple formula that shows how all these pieces fit together perfectly. See, risk isn't some vague, shadowy monster hiding under the bed. It's a specific, predictable result. And it only happens when a few key ingredients are all present at the same time. Here's how it works. Think of it like a chain reaction. First, a threat has to exist out there. Second, that threat has to find a vulnerability it can actually use. And third, if it succeeds, that action has to cause some kind of negative impact. You need all three for there to be a problem. And boom, here it is. This is the whole thing in a nutshell. Risk equals threat times vulnerability times impact. You know the fire triangle, right? You need heat, fuel, and oxygen to make a fire. Take away any one of those and you've got nothing. Risk works the exact same way. Now, this is the really cool part, and it's where you get to take back control. Because it's multiplication, if you can make any one of those things zero, the total risk plummets to zero. You can't get rid of all the burglars in the world, right? But you can lock your door. You remove the vulnerability, and suddenly the risk of a casual break-in is gone. That is how you take control of your digital safety. So why did we just go through all that? Why get so nerdy about these three little words? Because knowing the difference is what gives you the power to actually go and secure your own digital house. This is the big mental shift. You can't eliminate every hacker on the internet. That's the threat. But you absolutely can fix your vulnerabilities. You can update your software, you can use strong passwords, you can turn on multi-factor authentication. You get to stop just hoping for the best and start actively, methodically knocking your own risk down to zero. So it all comes down to this one question I want to leave you with. What's the biggest unlocked door in your digital life? Is it an old password? An app you haven't updated? Now that you know exactly what you're looking for, what's the first thing you're going to go and fix?